The dart is a little late. Oh. You have to remember that Junkrat is still a one-shot character, so you can't, in higher ranks, be this close to him. But otherwise, this is really nice. Oh. Right, this Junkrat just doesn't pay attention, but fine. Be careful walking up that close to him. It's fine. Yeah, we just need to do everything you're doing, but like faster. Nice. Beautiful. We're cutting off the Junkrat. Sides, perfect. A target not looking at us, that's great. Oh, you can hear her coming for you. Nice. Just so you know, you're doing a lot right now. This is on your team. This is not on you. You're doing a lot. You just killed 2 people. You've been keeping the enemies here. Because these 2 DPS were busy shooting at you, they were not helping their tank. So our tank should be winning this. Right now, you don't have to do anything more than what you're doing. You just have to stay alive. You basically already won this fight. Let's see. Yeah. Now you can start shooting to help your team because you killed everyone else. Alright. So timing wise, if you don't know this already, how long does it take for an enemy to respawn? The respawn timer is 10 seconds. So from here, you've been shooting a little bit. We've kind of been standing still. It's been about 10 seconds. Roughly. It's a feeling. You get it. I can say for certain because I can look in the top right corner, but it's a feeling. 10 seconds. I feel like the enemies are about to be back. Either you can press tab or you can look. And then we can see soldier is actually right there. So we could keep doing this. We could keep killing the soldier. Junkrat is about to be back as well, but we do have a target. We could stay here and keep shooting at this. This is not on you, this is on your team. Oh, this is a little aggressive. If you wanted to use the dragon, I would have used it here. Dragon here. See, timing-wise, I think someone is about to come back from spawn right now. We would be able to see the soldier. Yeah, I was alright. I was right. But here, I would use the dragon here, if you're gonna use it. We get the mercy, soldiers up where you were. Because you see the soldier, just pay attention. You could have stayed there and shot the soldier. Junkrat barely missed you. So this area is compromised. You're surrounded. One reason it's compromised is because soldier was just standing here, which means you're surrounded. Reinhardt is there, and soldier is up here. Now he dropped. I would have stayed. Just stay here and shoot him. Help your Cassidy. Kill the soldier, and then you can worry about this area. Right now, this is very exposed, as you can see. So the reason you lose this fight is because you're supposed to lose this fight. She got the jump on you. She started attacking before you started attacking. And also with the aim assist and Moira doesn't need to aim, it's easier for her to do damage to you. So you died here because you were supposed to die. And that's because we stayed in the compromised position. That's fine. This fight is not on you. This is on your team. Oh. So, I don't judge you for not knowing this, but at this point, I prefer to go over here as long as they don't have anyone who can get up here. I like this position in this situation because you can just shoot at them, and if they're trying to do something, you can take the mini pack, you can leave. Yeah, you just died to the Moira skill orb. I think we could have avoided this by playing either up here, so the orb cannot bounce. I don't know if you saw it, but it bounced here and went this way. That's why you took so much damage. So we could be up here playing natural cover, avoid damage. Here, natural cover, avoid damage. You see how I can only shoot at the Junkrat. Or over here, you can use natural cover, natural cover, natural cover. Hanzo is a long-range sniper character. Here we go. Oh. When Moira uses Kamehameha, I would be careful. Luckily, she's not focused on you, but break line of sight and just be careful. Junkrat. Nice shot. So yeah, you just have to stay here. Okay, we see the Moira. You see how she just keeps going behind the cover of this corner? This is why we play natural cover. It's the same you can do if you decide to fight her from here. You can do the same thing. Or we can fight from here, which is a little bit dangerous because the enemies are right there. But this fight favors the Moira. Yeah, we're spending too long fighting this Moira, but you do kill her. Okay, you see two people, dragon. You're about to be charged. Alright, the dragon is a little late, but it's a really good dragon. And then the soldier. They did get forward spawn, which is bad for us. Yeah, I don't think you can do anything about this soldier. He's out. You're a little confused. We just have to go with the point here. Oh, that's unfortunate. So trying to shoot the tire is good, but you also have to try and get away from it. Like walk backwards a little bit. Just try and make it harder for him to kill you. You see how he's going in a straight line. In higher ranks, he's gonna start doing all sorts of acrobatics, but right now he's going in a straight line, so it should be easier for you to kill this. Okay. Okay, we don't see soldiers, so we just go to the team. Here, going to the team is fine. Because the fight is already happening, we just need to be here and shoot at anyone who's like in this area. So from a lot of your bots, I notice you're very fond of this area, but don't be afraid of just taking the fight, which is just a straight line. You see, if we're here and we miss the Reinhardt, we hit the Junkrat. If we miss the Junkrat, we hit the Mercy. Don't be afraid of standing back here and fighting. Like, pew, 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 or pew, pew, pew. Don't be afraid of this lane. Sometimes you just need to be there to put damage in, because you see your Reinhardt keeps losing whenever, like, your Reinhardt is losing the tank difference, like the tank fight, tank versus tank. And what you can do to help him is put more damage into the enemies from behind the shield. Sometimes you do this type of play, other times you just have to play behind the shield and put damage into the enemies. That's behind you. Ooh, alright. Yeah, here. So The only thing you could have done, you hear it's behind you, you just drop. He came from this door. So yeah, as soon as you hear it's behind you, you can turn around, but you just have to drop. He's not gonna be down here because that would be kind of weird. Maybe he is, it's bronze. But more than likely he went up here. So we just have to break line of sight. Wait, is my game sound very low? No, it's fine. That's weird. So overall, you're putting in a lot of work. You have to know that you're putting in a lot of work. The thing is just you're off doing what we call the Smurf playbook. Imagine that a Smurf is in your game. He's gonna play the game differently than someone who's actually in bronze. And the way that he does that is a lot of carry potential. So when you were over here and you killed 3 people and then your Reinhardt lost over here, this is like carry potential. This is the Smurf playbook. Just keep killing them as they come out of spawn, and your team just has to win against the tank. But sometimes you also have to recognize I need to be behind my tank and put arrows into the enemy tank or into the enemy's front line. Reinhardt does 75 damage per swing. If you shoot from behind your Reinhardt, it's basically the same as your Reinhardt does 175 damage, which makes the enemies way more scared. So you have to be able to jump between the different playstyles and recognize when do I just play with my tank, when do I do these kind of crazy hard carry plays. Because you're putting in a lot of work, but sometimes your team needs you to not put in a lot of work. They just need you to be there for them. This is scary. Falling down, it happens. But Reinhardt is right there. He's gonna charge you. Maybe he's gonna shatter you. This is a free kill. You have to play safer here. We should have stayed up here, but we fell. It happens. So now we have to get away from here. Especially Hanzo, you can go up this way. You can go back here. Hell, you can stay over here, but I hear Moira is here fighting your tank. You could help your tank in this situation. Kill the Moira and then go back to their team. Or you can even, if you angle it like this, is gonna break, but you can go on the side here and get back up here. You just don't want to be in front of Reinhardt. Alright, you do recognize it, that's great. See, we lost our tank because he's just not putting out enough pressure. So in this situation, the best thing we can do is just help our tank. You're staggering yourself. Ooh, that's a really nice rock. We survived the shatter. This position is really nice. You're so far away that, like, Soldier does less damage. Junkrat's grenades have to fly super far. Moira cannot hit you, and as you saw, the shatter stops like here. So you're safe, and you have cover. You can even go over here if you want and shoot from here, and because you're Hanzo, you can go up and shoot from here. This is a really nice Hanzo position. You see, you're just shooting in a straight line. If you miss one person, you hit the second person. I would push this Moira, actually. Because we're already winning, I would just push the Moira. Someone needs to touch the point. No. That's unfortunate. So let me show you a different type of mindset. So they shatter. Shooting. Junkrat dies, we lose our tank. 1 for 1. 2 for 1. Now, if we push this Moira, that's gonna be 3. You can stand over here and shoot her. So that's 3 for 1. We lose 1, but we kill 3. And then at that point, it doesn't really matter who touches the point. You can touch the point, Junkrat can touch the point, fucking Mercy can go touch the point. Anyone can touch the point. This is what we call a C9. You can Google what is a C9, the letter and the number C9. But essentially it means nobody decided to play the objective, and that's why we lost. So now it's 2 for 2. This is bad. The reason it's bad is because the tank is like the engine of a car. With the tank, you can push forward. Without the tank, you can't. You can, but it can be more difficult. We don't have our tank, so we cannot push back. So in a 2 for 2 trade, they still have their engine and we don't. We can't really stop them. We have 2 healers, which means if we, as Hanzo, it sucks, but if you go touch the point, Kiriko and Mercy can keep you alive. But we could have killed this Moira sooner and won the fight. You see here, Mercy should try to touch the point. Because it's less than 5 meters. Now we're gonna lose Kiriko. And we're not trying to touch the point. Reinhardt is solo. You can go melee him. Like, we could have touched the point a couple of seconds ago. And then we lose the point. So you can see there is some things you could have done. You're putting in a lot of work. That's great. Sometimes we have to play the game wrong. Like at the end when you're going to touch the point. We have to learn when to play one way, when to play a different way. When are we supposed to play suboptimally? When do we just sit back and kind of chill with our supports and shoot from behind the tank? Like, we just have to learn that by playing in different ways. From this WOD, basically the only way we could have really, or maybe not the only, the best way we could have gotten more value and secured the game even more is to recognize our tank is losing, I'm gonna go help the tank. Sometimes just killing the enemies are not enough because the rest of your teammates are losing so hard that it makes up for how good you are. Overall, really good. We might need to work on your sensitivity. Maybe, I'm not sure. It feels a little bit slow to do turns and stuff like that, but your aim is also really good. And yeah, that's probably the best thing we could have done. Recognize our tank needs help and start playing behind him a bit more. And then when he starts winning the tank versus tank, then we can go do something else. But when he's struggling, we kind of need to pick up and help him. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't know if practicing your aim is necessary yet. I know some custom games you can do to practice it, but I don't know if it's effective on console. But usually practicing aim isn't really necessary when it's as good as your aim is. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. If your team or your tank is struggling, sometimes they need the extra damage you can provide, and you have to stop playing the best way for yourself and just start playing less optimally. Just sit back and shoot enemies from behind your tank, or high ground behind your tank, but shooting in the direction that your tank is standing so he gets more help.